Hello everyone, let's talk about the hardest boss in each Soulsborne game. Oh yeah, just so you know, they all will be based on my first playthrough and on my first encounter against them. And also I don't really care how other YouTubers rank them. Okay, let's start with Demon Souls. The answer to this question is very easy. Manitors. First of all, in Demon Souls, weapons suck ass. And on my first 3 encounter against them, I had a regular sword which did just a pathetically low amount of damage to them. And after getting wrecked a few times, I got a huge sword from Dragon's God's Arena. And I finally started to do a reasonable amount of damage to them. But even then, I died against them 5 more times. There are 2 huge problems against this boss. First of all, there are 2 of them. And if they decide to push you at the same time, you are just done. And the other problem is their stupid arena, which is just unreasonably small. In this arena, you can easily fall off if you accidentally press the roll button in the wrong direction. Plus, they also can throw you from this bridge over and over. No jokes, from 8 deaths, 5 of them were because of the stupid narrow bridge, from which they threw me over and over. Many people say that hardest boss in this game is a Flame Lurker, but the thing is that if you have Firefighter Shield, you can face tank him over and over. Plus, he is very weak to magic, so if you have a magic enchantment or play as a mage, you can easily kill him. So yeah, Maniter's Bridge is the hardest boss in Demon Souls. Now Dark Souls 1. I know that many people consider Manus or Artorias as the hardest boss in Dark Souls 1, but I absolutely disagree with that opinion. If you play as a tank in full Howl armor or as a knight with huge shield, you can face tank them to death. If I had to pick a boss based on recent playthrough, it would be Gwyn 100% because A. You can't face tank him with shield, and B. If you just like me suck ass at parry, he is pretty challenging because he is a very unforgiving boss if you decide to heal. Plus he pushes you 24/7. But since this top is based only on my first playthrough, I will put Bell Gargoyles. Yes, despite the fact that now I can just run them down, on my first playthrough I suffered for a while against them. In my opinion, for early game character, they are just way too strong. There are a few problems against them. First of all, in early game, unless you get this sword, you will have pretty low amount of damage with a regular sword. Okay, with a regular weapon. And if you play as a melee warrior, you won't have a good shield and armor against them in a very early game. Plus also there are 2 of them. Yeah, one of them has half health, but the thing is that if they start to breathe fire at you at the same time, and if you are cornered, you are just cooked. Yes, on a second playthrough they are very easy, but for a new players they will be probably the hardest boss in Dark Souls 1. Also, to be completely honest with you, there isn't a huge choice from Dark Souls 1. I ran down nearly all Dark Souls 1 bosses on my first attempt. The only bosses who gave me trouble on my first playthrough were Gargoyles and Bed of Bullshit. Others got destroyed. Now Dark Souls 2. Yeah, it's very obvious. Fume Knight. The problem with Fume Knight is that he is a very unforgiving boss. He hits very hard and he will punish you each time you decide to heal. If you press heal button, he will either jump at you or he will quickly dash towards you and you will probably die. In phase 1, Reime isn't that problematic because yeah, he hits very hard, but he also can be easy punished if you will dodge his wombo combo or his big slam move. Also sometimes he can dash away from your hits, which can be a bit annoying. The most fun and painful part starts in his phase 2. If in phase 1 he hits very hard, in his second phase he hits you like a fucking truck. He also has 2 very dangerous moves. First one is his slow swing that can one-shot you if you don't have full health, and the other dangerous move are his fireballs that are pretty hard to dodge, and they do a lot of damage. Also he has one move that I call greedy player punishment. Sometime after finishing his hits, he stays still and you think, oh cool, an opening, but nope, take another extra hit. That he sometimes uses and sometimes no. If you think that I will call him a dumb or unfair boss, you are very wrong. Reime is a 100% fair boss. He doesn't have a dumb moves that can just full HP one-shot you without you being able to outplay them. All his powerful moves are slow slow and he gives you more than enough time to dodge them. If you got hit by them, you deserve it. You can't blame him, this game or other stuff. If you died because of you. Yeah, I know that it sounds funny, but
it is what it is.
Oh yeah, if you want to fully experience this boss, fight him with Velstad's helmet without breaking any Nadalia's idol. On my first playthrough, he hardcore banged me more than 50 times. The only boss who is a bit close to him in this game when it comes to be a hard boss is Ava. Others aren't even close to him. Let's move to Bloodborne. The answer to it might surprise you, but I honestly think that Laurens is the hardest motherfucker in this game. Many people consider Orphan as the hardest boss, not only in this game, but also among all Souls games. But to be honest with you, I ran him down on my second try without any problem, while Laurens killed me 7 times. Many of you might thought he's just a reskin of tutorial boss, and yeah, he's a tutorial boss reskin, but he's much better and harder. In phase 1 he has many dangerous moves that do a shitload of damage, many splash damage moves, grab attacks, and also he's stupidly tanky. Not only he's just unreasonably tanky, he can just literally one-shot you anytime he wants. Many people say the hardest part about him is his phase 2, and I just don't think so. I always die to his phase 1 and I never had any problems against his phase 2. Yes, he has a dumb stomp move that can micro-stun you to death or just straight up one-shot you, but also in his phase 2 while he's busy with lava spitting, you can quickly punish him. The other boss who killed me 7 times was a German. Originally I wanted to give this spot to him, but then I remembered how wet were my hands after Laurens, so I will choose Laurens as a winner from Bloodborne. Dark Souls 3, Es Iter Midir. To be honest with you, this dinosaur killed me more time than any boss among all games that I've played. There are a few reasons why I sucked ass against him. First of all, he is a very tanky boss. Despite the fact that he has realistically saying 12k health, he has a very high resist to almost everything in this game. He has many very dangerous moves, and also despite the fact that he is a huge dragon, he is pretty mobile, plus he takes high damage only in his head. And if you hit his other parts, you will do a joke amount of damage to him. But don't worry, because unlike Lich Dragon, whose head is smaller than Gitguz Spammer's brain, Midir's head is very big, and you can easily hit his head over and over. Also, I will say my very funny story about him. When I played Dark Souls 3 for the first time, I had no idea what New Game Plus even does. I was running around killing everything I saw, and after killing Cinder 3 times, I realized that this game also has DLC. I went in Ringed City and I got wrecked. I thought that I was a bit weak when I fought Midir a few times, well okay, after I fought him for a while, and I started another New Game Plus, and I thought that I would be a bit stronger, and in the end I killed Midir on a New Game 4. Yeah, it's not hard to guess what he did to my ass. I was stuck on him 3 fucking days in a row. I did nothing besides fighting this dinosaur over and over. And I don't even want to talk about how much time I died on Ladders of Shame. Oh my fucking god. More time than on most Elden Ring, Bloodborne and Dark Souls 1 bosses. We won't know what would happen if I fought him on a new game, but the fact is that when I fought him for the first time, I got wrecked. The only boss who is slightly close to Midir when it comes to difficulty from Dark Souls 3 is Nameless King. Others aren't even close to him. Now Sekiro. The winner from Sekiro is All Father. There are many reasons for that. First of all, he is very resistible to Mortal Draw, and you can't just remove his health bar with Firecrackers plus Mortal Draw, unlike other bosses. He is just stupidly fast, is unreasonably tanky, and he does a shitload of damage. All Father is the fastest and tankiest humanoid boss in Sekiro. Plus, he can cheese you with firecrackers and he also has Mikiri counter. In phase 1 he is well annoying but okay, but in his phase 2 he will receive a help from his pocket all, and sometime in a fight he will be invincible and you might bait yourself to use strong moves such as Mortal Draw on his illusion. While he is invisible you have to avoid his all as hard as you can, because if not he will jump at you out of nowhere. Also, I just don't understand From Software's logic. Lay put left fast as a boss with a super wombo combo, which you can block only with Firefighter shield or by jumping away, well, by jumping back, okay? And lay put him in a small arena in which your character is stuck 24/7 because of the stupid pillars. No jokes, nearly half of my deaths were because of the stupid arena, which is just way too small for this boss. I deleted Sekiro after a while against him, but then I saw YouTube guide in which one dude used Ichimonji double and I was like, well, okay, let's give it a try. Yeah, in this fight I fully convinced myself that combat art in Sekiro are garbage. The most useful combat art against him is Dragon Slash. Others are just not worthy against this dude. Many people say Demon or Ishin are the hardest bosses, but I completely disagree about that. You can just face tank Demon with Firefighter shield, and you can just cheese his final phase with finger. While Ishin has 4 phase, his phase 1 is just a punching bag. In his phase 2 you should just bait his Mikiri hits over and over, and don't worry, in this phase he likes to use Mikiri a lot. His phase 3 can be cheesed with firecrackers and Mortal Draw, and his final phase is just ricochet lighting at him over and over. While all can't be cheesed, every single arm tool besides head and every single combat art besides Dragon Slash against him sucks ass. And because of that he is the winner from Sekiro. And finally Elden Ring. I think the answer to it is very obvious. Radon, consort of Mekhala. Yeah, it's Malekith the Black Blade. In his phase 1 he's just annoying. In phase 1 he spams air quicks, will throw boulders and a stone shotgun at you, and also he'll poke you with his stone blade. And also he's pretty fast, but you can poise break him very easy. The real fun begins in his phase 2 and oh boy. Imagine Champ Gander but even faster, with more damage and more aggressive. Yeah, that's Malekith. Nearly all his moves will reduce your max health a bit, and also he has some burn effect that burns your health a bit. He has many wombo combos, he is just stupidly fast, and also he's jumping away almost non-stop. Also, as far as I know, he is the only Elden Ring boss without these stupid delay moves. He won't stay AFK in mid combo, thinking about his life, and only after that he stops you. If he swings, he hits. In this fight you should push 24/7. If you won't be aggressive and let him push, you will 100% lose. Don't be passive or you will teleport to a bonfire over and over. Also, many people call him a disbalanced boss, but even though I can somehow get that, here's the thing. Despite the fact that he is very mobile, despite the fact that he just pushes you 24/7, and despite the fact that he does a shitload of damage, he has very small health bar. He only has 10.6k health. He has almost as much health as Morgoth and Radahn. So if you won't stay FK and push him, you can easily kill him because of his low max health bar, unlike a few bastards that not only are very mobile and do a shitload of damage, they also are very tanky. Fuck Placidusax, fuck Radahn, and fuck Mithra. Absolutely unbalanced and annoying pieces of shit. Well, this is my top, and what do you think about it? Type who are the hardest bosses for you. With this, I'll say bye bye to you, and I will see you next time.